3, 2, 1.
You ready, Bert?
Well, look at this, prima donna!
Hello? No. You guys are choosing me as your first pick. No. For the BTG podcast, are you serious? This is a big opportunity, man.
We did it, baby.
Who the is we?
I don't believe this. Come on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Randalls.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. With the first pick in the internet draft, the BTG podcast selects Nathan White, host, Kansas.
Hello, and welcome to the Bridging the Gap podcast. I'm your host, Reese Randalls. This is my co-host, Nathan White, and this is the Just the Drafts episode. Just a kind of a simple way for you to get used to seeing us on camera and just kind of catch the vibe, see if this is something you could be into. Talk to the world.
As Reese said, this is Just the Drafts episode. We're going to be telling you guys a little bit about us. Reese, shall we get into the first draft?
We definitely should. And with our first draft, we're kind of going to address the elephant in the room. You can kind of tell by Nate's side of the set, we are definitely wrestling fans.
Definitely.
We're going to get into the set and everything about it a lot more in episode 1. But since this is just the drafts, we're going to get straight into the action. Talk to me about your favorite match ever.
Favorite match ever? The Triple H and Undertaker end of an era match. WrestleMania 28. Hell in a Cell. I just think that's the match is based off of 4 different big matches. I just think that's the best story of all time.
Very nice. I remember that match very faintly, but I do recall it being a very good one. So it's a good first pick. A good way to start us off. There's no secret that you love the Undertaker.
Yeah, it's no secret.
I mean, you gotta be Undertaker's #1 fan. I mean, you love that dead guy.
It broke my heart when he retired.
I know.
But he had to. But anyways, man, tell me, what's your favorite match of all time?
My favorite match of all time is really just kind of a testament of what I like about wrestling. I love hardcore matches and everything of that nature. All the crazy moments, the oh my god moments, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite match of all time is the 3-way tag match, the TLC for the titles with 3D, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian. I love that match. I still watch it to this day. Every now and again when I'm craving that nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't get much better in my opinion. Just plenty of carnage. All those tag teams are super well established. The finish could have gone any way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I miss about old wrestling tag teams is it just doesn't feel like you have the Usos and then like who else really?
Yeah.
Maybe the New Day, maybe the Goth faction.
Maybe.
All right, talk to me about your 2 spot. Your second favorite match of all time.
My second favorite match of all time has to be The Rock and Stone Cold at WrestleMania 18 when The Rock retired Stone Cold. What do I like about it? What I like about it is like I said, it's Stone Cold's retirement match, his last match ever until WrestleMania 38. But
fucking nerd.
Yeah, I always got to be a nerd. I don't know. It's just a good way to go. He had the John Elway retirement, go out at WrestleMania. And for someone like Stone Cold, he deserved that.
I agree.
So what's your 2 spot, Reese? What's yours?
My second favorite match of all time is Undertaker versus Mankind in the Hell in a Cell. So much could have gone wrong, and it technically kind of did, but it all just came together so beautifully and just pure luck and all in the name of entertainment. And I really respect that.
Same.
All right, well, let's keep pushing. 3 spot.
My 3 spot's got to be back to Undertaker. It's Undertaker and Shawn, WrestleMania 25, which was pretty much considered the best match of WrestleMania. history, which I would agree with. It was just perfect.
The first one or the second one?
It was the first one.
The first one.
Yep. It's just
Do you
such
not like the second one? That's blasphemy.
Well, I like the second one, but I still think 25 takes the cake
Fair enough.
of the two. But it's right behind it. I mean, those two are better than the Triple H and Undertaker at WrestleMania 28. But anyways, cut that out. What's your number 3 spot?
My third favorite match of all time. It definitely speaks to the era of wrestling I grew up watching. It was like the late 2010, or not, I guess the early 2010s.
Yeah.
But Mark Henry versus John Cena. I loved that rivalry. Mark Henry was one of my favorite heels. I loved that he was actually the world's strongest man.
Was that the one where he faked his retirement and he came back out?
That rivalry, yeah. It wasn't that match, but yeah. Definitely that feud.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
He had me sold he was retiring.
And then he had such a beautiful run after that, too. Like, what is it with... Why does TikTok think Mark Henry lost his leg? He still has both of them. Every video of Mark Henry I see, the blue search is always, Mark Henry lost his leg. No, he didn't! Oh my god.
Nope.
Wrestling fans will believe anything. Anyway, what's your 4th spot?
My 4th spot's got to be Hulk Hogan and Andre at WrestleMania 3 when he finally body slammed.
The first man to body slam Andre the Giant. No, he wasn't.
Nope.
Like everything else Hulk Hogan says, it was a fucking lie.
Yeah, he always lies. Man, how can you party with John Belushi when you claim that you partied with him 4 years after the fact he died?
Is it even brain rot? Is it the lead paint? He's a fucking boomer.
I don't know. Probably did too much coke back in the day. Him and fucking what's his nuts.
Junkyard Dog.
No, the Arab guy from back then. Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik.
You
yeah.
forgot the fucking fake fan. Fake fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here will do anything to bash me, but it's okay. I do the same thing to him. We just shit on each other.
Like Vince McMahon, baby. It's a wrestling.
I love it. So, man, tell me, what's your 4th spot?
My 4th spot is like one of the most petty moments in wrestling history, I would think. It's WCW. It's William Regal versus Goldberg. And I've always thought Goldberg matches look a little stiff and ugly, but
he exposed.
I just like that he exposed Goldberg, yeah.
He exposed that man. He violated that man that night.
I agree. And I thought it was fun to watch. I was never the biggest fan of Goldberg. Obviously, I'm really too young to have watched it in the era, but just his whole run of squash match bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of fun to watch the big guy get his ass whooped every now and again.
Oh yeah, definitely humbles the man,
Yeah, and it made sense to get his ass whooped. It's not like when fucking Logan Paul went rounds with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
What do you mean a YouTuber took your champion to a 2 count? What's your 5 spot? Let's end it on a high note.
My 5 spot, man, is Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat WrestleMania 3, which is considered one of the top 5 greatest matches ever. It's a good match.
Is it?
Nice, technical style wrestling.
Breaking news, a match that is in his top 5, he considers it a good match. Anyway, I'm such a dick. I don't know. I'm such a dick. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, I'm talking history outside of what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my 5 spot, man. What's your 5 spot?
We're going back to a classic. When I think wrestling, I think of this match just because, I seen it once and it was like a core memory for whatever reason. So it's part of a core memory. So my 5 spot is Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in the blue steel cage. I think it was like a SummerSlam pay-per-view from way back when.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a nostalgic match to me. It has to make the list. I can't think about wrestling without thinking of Hogan versus Bundy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I agree.
I didn't watch much of Bundy, but the ones I watched were pretty dang good.
I agree. All right, for our next draft, we are going to dive back into wrestling, and we're going to do our favorite wrestlers of all time. I think you should start us off.
Break it down.
All right, man, I'll start us off. Well, I think it's kind of obvious who my favorite wrestler is, and that's The Undertaker. To me, he's the greatest of all time. We got to see him back on August 8th of 2023 last year, and we never got to see the man perform, but we finally got to see him during his One Dead Man show. Shout out to Undertaker on that. That was cool. I thought it was good. What about you, bud?
It was a decent show. It's kind of weird seeing him in that light. And all was going well at the show, and then something happened.
Yeah, something happened, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the perfect, way to explain how much this man loves The Undertaker. I'll just let you explain what happened.
So there was this dude that says, "Hey, I got 2 questions for you, Mr. Taker. One of them is something he asked about his career, and the second one was, hey, can I come up and have a shot with you?" And it was obvious that Undertaker brought Jack Daniels out and 2 shot glasses, so I should have suspected this in the first place.
Do you think it was a plant? Looking back, was he like a plant to make Undertaker look cool?
Probably
could have been. Kind of bullshit that you had to ask your questions before you even got there.
Exactly. But anyways, I thought immediately when he asked him that if he could come up take a shot with him it was just corny. I was like, oh no. I was looking at Reese like, oh no, that ain't gonna happen.
Starts burying this guy. Like, how corny to even ask that? Like, who does that? How embarrassing.
Oh,
and what happened, Nate?
Well, about 5 minutes after Undertaker said another story, he said, Tallahassee or whatever town that the dude was from. He said, come on.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah, from South Kansas. He was like, come on up here. And immediately, I look at Reese.
Unadulterated white rage.
I went through the 7 stages of grief in 10 seconds? I felt hate, I felt betrayal, I felt sadness, I felt all broken. Because I was like, that is my dream to drink with the man. There was a serial killer in that building for about 10 seconds.
Oh, he was ready to run his ones at the very least with this guy.
Exactly. I wanted to tombstone his ass. But anyways, Undertaker, my number 1. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
My favorite wrestler of all time is undoubtedly Mick Foley. I just love the creativity and the multiple gimmicks. And just everything he brought to the table. Specifically, though, with Mick Foley, the Mankind gimmick. I love the outcast, kind of stuck in a boiler room, freak of nature kind of vibe. And Mankind is part of my favorite match ever. And he always ended up taking crazy bumps and just doing wild stuff as Mankind. So yeah, my number 1 favorite wrestler of all time is Mankind.
I like it, man.
Talk to me about your 2 spot.
My 2 spot's got to be Triple H, the Game. He's my second favorite. He had just as good a matches as anybody else, and he, had that 4-year reign of terror, which everyone hated, but I loved, between 2001 and 2005. Remember that run? But his 4-year reign of terror between 2001 and 2005 was just gold. People hated it because he got pushed as much as Roman, but Triple H.
Honestly, I'd take H's run over Roman any day. H was just a better heel.
Yeah.
And he's literally fucking the boss's daughter. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They definitely added to the mantra.
Who's your second favorite wrestler, brother?
Mine is actually kind of like the opposite end of his run. Kind of like in the early 2000s to mid 2000s when I was really into wrestling. Cena addict. I loved John Cena when I was a kid, so that's my 2 spot.
I can see that about John Cena.
You can't see me, baby.
Oh yeah, I love John.
And then, you had to watch him, go through, the stages of being so popular, he had to be watered down.
Third favorite wrestler has got to be Randy Orton. He's the best heel of our generation. I mean, the hate he drew. I mean, he played face good, but he was such a good, cheesy heel and just had a lot of material. Now that he's honed in with his promos, he's even better. Who's your third favorite?
My third favorite wrestler of all time has got to be Bam Bam Bigelow. A little bit of a throwback, but I've always been a big fan of the heavy-set wrestlers. I love big guys.
I like that.
Kind of I really related with Bam Bam as a kid, too, because I was a bigger guy who could kind of move, and that's really what Bam Bam Bigelow was known for, was being, a really giant man, but he could also move.
Exactly.
Who's your 4 spot?
Kane. He's my favorite.
And honestly, that also speaks to how much you love Taker, because when you pair your 1 and your 4, you get the Brothers of Destruction.
Yep, with Kane. He had the best debut of all time. I don't see how you could top that. Ripping off the cage of the cell door, tombstoning Undertaker. I mean, just the best.
For sure. And the whole story of being Undertaker's brother. What a way to enter the business.
And to make people believe that.
True.
Who's your 4 spot?
My 4 spot is Kofi Kingston.
Kingston.
Right as I was getting out of wrestling, he was my last wrestler I was super into as a kid. But yes, Kofi Kingston. I thought his title reign should have been a lot longer. I don't know why he doesn't get the push, but the fans love him. I always did.
Yes.
Kofi Kingston, baby. From Trouble in Paradise to the fake accent to everything he's become, I'm a big Kofi Kingston fan. Who's your 4 spot?
Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart.
Really?
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
You love to see it.
Oh, yeah. Montreal screwed job. Vince screwed Vince.
It's Bret screwed Bret.
Oh, well. Fuck him.
Vince also screwed Vince and anyone else he could pay. But
anyways, Bret Hart, I mean, he's like William Regal. You know, he's a technical dude. He could break down a match, go 30 minutes with hardly doing any effort. But yeah, 5 spot, Bret Hart. Who's your 5 spot?
actually pairs beautifully with his 5 spot. My 5 spot is Shawn Michaels.
Motherfucker.
I love Shawn Michaels, specifically coked out Shawn when he was just reckless. Doing
90s. Love it, man. Well, guys, that wraps up the our top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. All right, guys, we're going to move on to our next draft. We're going to talk about what our favorite movies are. What's one of your favorite movies?
My favorite movie of all time, hands down, has to be Zombieland.
Zombieland. I like it.
Woody Harrelson, that curly-headed kid, 2 hot chicks. You can't beat it.
No, you can't beat it.
And there was a scene in the beginning of it where like this stripper zombie was running and she had her titties out and the bloody titties were going back and forth. And it was a pivotal moment for me as a young movie watcher.
Really?
Pulled me into the raunchy side, man. Oh, it just showed me a level of darkness and I was like, this make brain go burr.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. What's your favorite movie of all time, Nate?
My favorite movie of all time is Pineapple Express. Love the part where the barn blows up in the end and everybody almost dies.
Fair enough. I like the beginning where they send in the guy with like the whole scuba suit on to light the joint.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Talk to me about your second movie. What do you got?
My second favorite movie's got to be Bad Santa 2.
Really?
A lot more dirtier than the first one, and the kid's all grown up, so it gives a different dynamic.
Very nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely does change the dynamic from him being a child to him being older, and it's kind of more acceptable for him to experience the world.
Exactly. So talk to me, man. What's your 2 spot?
My 2 spot is kind of niche. I don't know how many of you have like actually seen it, but it's called Lone Star State of Mind. I love that movie. It, I'm a person too, you know. Damn it, Junior, you're so damn dumb they had to burn down the school to get you out of the 3rd grade. For your information, Earl, I can swim. Just so I can quote that movie all day long. It never gets old to me. I watch it a few times a year minimum.
Yeah.
Lone Star State of Mind. What's your 3 spot?
3 spot's got to be Expandables 3.
Typical, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got all the favorites in it. Action packed too. I love it.
Big man, like big action.
Big man, yes.
Raw.
What's your 3 spot?
My 3 spot's got to be, we're going classics. It's actually back here on my part of the set. It's The Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. Chunk, the Treble Shuffle, the treasure, the action, the romance. Doesn't get much better.
Nice. I like it.
What's your 4 spot?
4 spot's got to be Logan from X-Men. It's the best one about it.
Wolverine dies?
Yeah, it's the best one because it's what X-Men should have been the whole time. Just gory like it was. It was rated R, so you got to see more blood, more guts, more violent side. That's what it should have been the whole time. Yeah, it's sad that Wolverine died, especially in front of his daughter, but it was just, it was what X-Men was meant to be.
He'd be a fucking terrifying guy to get finger banged by. Wolverine, top 5 worst finger bangers of all time. Top 5, bro. Like, I don't even know who it's like. Edward Scissorhands. What's your 5 spot?
5 spot, the Book of Eli. It's good.
You don't go to a church.
Yeah, but it's not really like a religious, like, I mean, it's religious, but they don't say religious things in the movie. It's more about he's got the original book. It's the after the apocalypse. He's a blind man, and his journeys to get to that jail in California. What's that one? That's on an island. The one that says
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. Yeah, he's trying to get to Alcatraz.
What year is this set in?
I forget. I haven't watched the movie in so long.
Fair enough.
So I think it's in the like 2012.
Oh.
I think it is.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah. What, 2025?
No, I thought you were gonna say like 1940.
No.
Or way earlier.
What's your 5 spot though?
Another niche one. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or seen it. It's called Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
I like that.
Have you seen it?
Once.
No shit, you've seen it?
Once, but I don't remember shit.
Who's the main character?
I don't remember.
Martin Lawrence. And like Monique is in it.
Monique.
Mike Epps is in it. I forget the big buff guy from Green Mile's in it. He's really good. James Earl Jones is in it. I forget the main female lead, who's the mother, but she's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his wife is just ridiculously hot. Like, unfathomably hot.
Unfathomably hot. Huh. Well, guys, that wraps up the movies draft. Stay tuned and we're going to move on to more. Fears, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, this is what my favorite one, honestly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our next draft, we're going to get a little vulnerable with you. I think that's the best way for really people to get to know us. We're talking our biggest fears. Start us off, buddy.
Oh, my biggest fear has to be drowning or suffocating. Imagine not being able to breathe any oxygen and you're just sitting there in a panic and you're just feeling yourself just slip away. Like, just imagine, especially in water.
There's nothing you can do either.
Yeah.
In water, you just slowly sink into the abyss. Oh.
While you're sucking down water. Imagine that.
And you're puking up water, because you can't keep it in, so it's got to come back out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what's your worst fear?
I feel stupid saying my biggest fear after he says his, because his is like so serious and like really could happen. My biggest fear is more of like a phobia. I hate parrots. Like the big birds that talk and have murder talons. Yeah, not a fan. Keep them the fuck away from me. I don't like going to the pet store in the mall because they have a parrot, and I kind of hope they all die.
I guess I need to buy myself a bird now. Well, parrots. Well, mine was drowning and suffocating because it goes right in line.
Yeah, mine is just like, because like what's going to happen? Like if a parrot swoops down on you with the, like, what up, bitch? Polly want to kill a motherfucker and slits your throat with the murder talons and flies the fuck off. They ain't catching that bird. I don't give a fuck about that bird. If some little white trash kid died, homeless person probably did it. They ain't gonna investigate. I'm just a cold case on the first 48 and fucking squawk is off there fucking bird bitches and living his best life as a serial killer. Never trust a bird. Fuck parrots and fuck you for making me talk about it. Talk to me about your 2-spot.
2-spot's got to be being burnt alive.
Yeah?
But yeah, being burnt alive, man. Imagine like you're filling up your gas can at a gas station or something, or filling up your lawnmower, you know?
Do you get gas at gas stations? Anyway. Is
Yeah.
that where you get it?
Fuck
I
you.
guess I should stop going to Arby's.
Fuck you. But, you know, just get a little gasoline on your pant leg and you just light your pants on fire somehow, you know? I mean, being burned alive, you just feel yourself cooking away.
Yeah, you gotta feel your skin slowly tear and bubble. And
Your
blister.
organs bubbling and exploding in you.
Oh. Alright.
What?
Again, I feel silly saying my second biggest fear because yours is so serious. Butt sex? Not like, I mean like, specifically, I mean like sodomy. Like jail when they're like, you gonna give me them biscuits, boy. Yeah, sodomy. Don't touch me. I don't want to be your cell roomie. No. Stay away from my butt. Even like when you're going upstairs and your girlfriend's like, Shawn Michaels 1, 2, 3 super kick your shit back down the stairs. Don't touch my butt. What's your 3-spot?
My 3-spot has got to be heights. I hate heights, man. Roller coasters. Don't ever buy me a ticket to Worlds of Fun because it ain't going to be worth the ticket because I ain't going to ride
You
none
don't
of
like
them.
roller coasters?
No, I like my feet on the fucking ground. I hate roller coasters.
Fair enough. Is it roller coasters or is it all heights?
It's just all heights, man. Well, no, it's heights when I'm not in control of something. Like flying or anything. I've only been flying once and that was enough, ladies and gentlemen. That was enough. I mean, I had my head covered. I did not like the takeoff, especially the landing. I fucking hate the landing. It's the worst thing ever. So heights.
Very nice.
What's your 3-spot?
Body fat. I grew up super fat. When we met, I was still pretty heavy. When I was like a freshman in high school, I was like 300 pounds-ish, right around that area. I just never want to go back to that. I was so like very just insecure, unconfident. I like to think I've changed a lot since then, but I've gained a little bit of it back. I'm trying to get that back under control, but never want to go back to being that big.
Nice. Body fat. That's what I need to lose.
I mean, it's not the biggest deal. You carry it a lot better than I did. You're also a good bit taller than me. Short, Prince gang, whatever.
Short Jew.
Talk to me about your 4-spot.
4-spot, AIDS.
Kind of piggybacks off my sodomy.
Start that over.
AIDS. You're afraid of AIDS. Aren't we all? Magic Johnson.
No, it's just, imagine just having sex with a girl, and then she's got AIDS, so she don't tell you. The worst thing ever besides genital herpes. No. AIDS, and then you just body slowly dying over time. You gotta take a pill.
I would say AIDS and then syphilis and then maybe genital herpes, because syphilis will kill you too in the long run.
Yeah, it will. It will.
I got Capone. I think.
Yeah, I think it was syphilis. But anyways, what's your 4-spot?
This one's corny as well, but I'm a corny guy, so we're just gonna dive on in. Failure. I'm incredibly afraid to fail. I failed at so many things. You'd think I'd be comfortable with it now. Like you talked about earlier, the 2-time college dropout. Not my biggest accomplishment, but I'm just trying to be happy with this whole life thing and figure stuff out.
We're hoping that this podcast, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too, that this will be our full-time gig, because 9 to 5 suck.
It does. Working 40 plus hours a week regularly on the low end. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'd rather be creative and find success and happiness through other things.
Yes.
Because I'd like to go back to school eventually, but in the meantime, if I can't make that happen, I'd like to at least be happy doing what I'm doing to keep myself afloat.
Are you going to drop out again?
We can step out front, big guy. I mean, okay, say less. No. So we'll be right with your 5-spot.
My 5-spot, alligators. It's alligators, guys. I mean, going down to Florida, imagine you're just in a swamp somewhere. Why would you be swimming in a swamp when they're covered down there in fucking gators? And you just feel something, just, take your leg off in 2.5 seconds with a gator roll. No, thank you. Fuck those things.
Yeah, I'll leave that shit to Steve Irwin.
Or imagine they take your leg and they come around and just grab your head and death roll.
Jesus. I got tense. Well, maybe both.
What's your 5-spot, brother? Maybe it's a little bit lighter on the nose.
My 5-spot is a lot like your 2-spot, I believe. It's just heights. I like heights. I like being in tall buildings and stuff. But if I'm outside and there's no railing, I'm not outside. So I'm not going anywhere near that ledge.
So you're saying you wouldn't go to Japan and walk over that glass bridge, where you can see all the way down?
No, I'd walk over that, but that has a railing.
All right, guys, we're moving on to our next draft. Next time, we're going to talk about what our top 5 favorite gaming systems are.
Flawless victory.
Reese?
Out of the gate, I think the one I definitely played the most, I put the most time into, would definitely have to be the Xbox 360.
Nice. I like that.
I think it definitely shows when I grew up in the early 2000s, early 2010s. But Xbox 360 all day. What's your number 1 spot?
GameCube.
Throwback.
Very good. Very throwback.
I love how we're only a year apart age-wise, but all your list is so old.
Yeah, really late 2000s, 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
You were not alive in the 90s, Nate.
Bro, I was born 20 years too late. I should have been born in 1980 or 1970 for how my attitude is and shit. And the shit I like. Yeah. I was born way too late. Anyways, back to what we were saying. Yeah, GameCube's got to be my favorite one. What's your number 2?
My 2 spot's got to be the one that kind of replaced my 360 and the one I've had just for years. It's been my battle buddy ever since it first came out. I traveled to a different city to get one and all that jazz. The PS4.
PS4.
I love my PS4.
I like it.
It's been through a lot. She just got retired by one of the other members on my list, but we had a good run, and that's just... It was the tail end of the last bits of what you would call my childhood.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was.
What's your 3 spot? 2 spot?
2 spot, Sega Genesis. Another old one.
How fucking old are you, bro?
I'm only 24, man, but I have the soul of a 30 or 40-year-old.
That's not good. You have the cholesterol of a 30 or 40-year-old.
Actually, no, my cholesterol's good.
You have the blood pressure of a 30 or 40-year-old.
Go fuck yourself. I'm working on it, okay? I gotta get rid of this shit. See, I'm 9 months pregnant, ladies and gentlemen.
Nate is transgender, and here at BTG, we fully support him in his decision. He retained his female anatomy to retain the right to bear children, so he will be a bearded mother in the coming months.
The fuck?
You said it first. Anyway.
I did not say anything about transgender, motherfucker. You're the one that goes there. This man's trying to expose me.
As a transgender man, it's okay.
I am not.
That's why his tits are so big, because he can still literally breastfeed naturally.
You know
That'll
what?
be good for the baby.
You want to go to the burger lot?
Yeah.
If he's not on the first episode after this drafts, you guys know what happened.
Oh, Lord.
All right, motherfucker. What's your number 2 spot?
3 spot.
All right, what's your 3 spot, brother?
My 3 spot is kind of like the precursor to my 2 spot in a way. It is the PS2. It is the system I started with before I got my 360. Red Dead Revolver, Guitar Hero, everything like that. We started my love of video games on PS2.
Nice.
What about you? What's your 3 spot?
3 spot, the PlayStation 3.
Okay, so we've got 4, 2, and 3 now.
Really, I don't know why I just don't put PS3 on top. I guess just because I'm biased to the GameCube. Because my PlayStation 3 was like your Xbox. I loved it because, well, one, I'm a cheap ass and I didn't have to pay for online.
Facts.
It was free. Yeah, we didn't get the rewards you guys got for your, what was it? What they call Xbox Pass back then?
I never could afford it. I should have had a PS3. I was being stupid.
But anyways, that's my core childhood one after my GameCube and after my PlayStation 2.
Very nice.
So what's your 4 spot?
My 4 spot actually kind of rounds out all the PlayStations we have on the list. My 4 spot is the PS5. I got it gifted to me recently by my lovely wife, and I love it dearly.
He's a spoiled Jew.
And I love it very much. I think it'll be the last console I ever own. New console.
I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5 Pro when Grand Theft Auto 6 gets out, but that'll probably be my last one too, because it's no.
I'm getting a PC next.
Yeah.
I think it's time. Talk to me about your 4 spot, Nick.
Xbox original. Yeah, the big bulky son of a bitch. It had the big controllers that were just way too damn big. Why were they got big? Jesus Christ.
I think you might have just been small, big guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was only.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm so
thank
sorry.
you. Yeah, thank you. Anyways, yeah, Xbox original. Miss playing the Punisher on it. All the racing games from Burnout and Need for Speed Carbon. Yep. And what was it? Most Wanted.
Very nice.
Yep.
Did you play any early Madden or anything?
05 and 07 were my 2 favorites. 05 to me is goated.
7, goated. The Hall of Fame edition of 7.
It's right here for me, both of them.
Fair enough. All right, my 5 spot. I am the product of childhood divorce. My number 5 favorite game system is the Nintendo Wii.
That is
a lot of good times. Lego Star Wars, baby, the whole saga.
Like it, bro.
Pod racing right through that childhood divorce, baby.
See, I'm a product of divorce too, and I never had a Wii.
Did you have a GameCube?
I had a GameCube. Counts. It is Nintendo, so yeah, you're right. Well, my 5 spot's got to be the Game Boy, not the DS, the Game Boy, the smaller one from back in the day. I carried that thing everywhere, and that was a part of a divorce too, because my dad got it for me.
Yeah, it's mobile too, so you could take it back and forth between houses.
Yep. Took it everywhere. Oh yeah, we gotta round out.
That concludes our game systems draft. What was your favorite game system growing up? Let us know down below, and we'll keep it pushing. What's our next one? Wrestling has definitely always been more your thing. We definitely both bond over it, but I'd say what I'm probably most moaned for.
Most moanful? You trying to tell me something, motherfucker?
For our second draft, we're doing snacks. We're not going to get into why I love snacks, but I'm usually pretty hungry after certain events that take place.
Yep, during the day, especially after work.
Long live the vitamins. Anyway,
yes.
What is your favorite snack of all time?
Stop chewing so fucking loud, bro.
Leave that little guy alone. Favorite snack has to be Kit Kats. Kit Kats.
You basic bitch.
I know, man. Might as well call me a fucking white trash hoe.
I mean, we're both definitely very white trash, but Kit Kats, it's a solid first choice.
Kit Kat, love it, man.
Is it the wafers? Is it you just like the chocolate? You like the crunch? What is it?
The crunch of just being able to snap a bar off. I don't know. It brings a little kid out in you.
I love it. Okay, very nostalgia. I like it.
What's your number one spot, bro?
If I'm getting snacks, if we're making a munchies run, it's the one thing I'm always grabbing. Not a specific brand, nothing fancy. I have to have sour gummy worms.
Sour gummy worms.
Oh my god, I have to have them. No, it doesn't have to be like Truly or none of that bullshit. Just neon colored, artificially sweet sour gummy worms.
I like it. That's a simple one too.
Talk to me about your 2-spot.
2-spot gotta be cosmic brownies.
Love it. You are keeping it very white trash with this list. I like it.
Yes, probably because I am white trash, but that's okay. That's okay.
We're both like a fucking wet fart away from being Joe Dirt, so
Definitely, especially me because I already got the hair, you know.
you should rock a mullet. That'd be so funny.
I thought about it, honestly. I thought about it.
You'd have to really lean into the whole redneck persona then. Like,
I would. I'd do the cut-off shirts, the dip in the mouth, everything. But, what's your 2-spot?
My 2-spot? I don't know if you would technically call it a snack, but if I'm down bad and this is an emergency munchies run, sour gummy worms, just a big old slushy.
Big old slushy.
Gotta be a slut. Mixing all the flavors together. Having the time of my life. It's probably like 800 calories of pure sugar, but it just...
Especially...
yeah! Love slushies.
I don't ever want to hear that out of your fucking mouth again, motherfucker.
You're so homophobic. Touch your dick once in a while. Other than your own. If you think about it, you've jerked off a dude way more than you've ever had sex with a woman.
No.
Yes.
Yes. You had 2 because you tell me all the time you do
I'm
that.
not the one being homophobic. I like gays.
This man is liberal, I swear, through and through. Anyways, my 3rd spot.
Yeah, talk to me about your 3-spot.
My 3-spot's gotta be the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. Love it. The crunch, the taste.
I'm so fucking proud of you. We've done this a couple of times, like we said, just from pure stupidity. This is the first time he hasn't said Cheez-It. It's Cheetos. All he has to say is Cheetos. He has said Cheez-It like the past 5 times. I'm so fucking proud. Growth, ladies and gentlemen, growth. Talk to me about why do you like, whatever the fuck they're called, Cheetos! For my 5-spot, it's a little corny, but I'm a corny guy. My 5-spot
Yeah, you are.
my 5-spot has gotta be Reese's.
Reese's, no wonder.
For my 5-spot, Reese's. Love the peanut butter, love the chocolate, love the Reese.
And that was our top 5 favorite snacks.
Our very next draft will be your favorite soda. Talk to me, big guy. What's your favorite bubbly beverage?
Soda!
Oh, my favorite bubbly beverage has got to be Barks Root Beer.
A classic. I can't be mad at you for that one.
Barks Root Beer, man. Childhood right there. That's the flavor of my childhood.
Just floats, or are you drinking that straight?
Anything. Float, straight. I don't care if it was cold or hot as the sun.
And you felt like a badass because you're drinking beer.
Drinking beer. Then when it snowed, you fucking get some snow on the top, and just put it in a glass and then put it in there. It's kind of like a slushie.
Never did that.
Oh, all the time. Did that with a lot of Coke, too. Reese, what's one of your favorite sodas?
I'm so glad we included this one in the list of drafts because this is one I'm very, very passionate about. I believe in wholeheartedly the best soda of all time is the Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
My favorite soda of all time, Taco Bell's the Baja Blast. It is undeniably the best soda that's ever been invented. Taco Bell, from the bottom of my heart, please sponsor me. This is the only sponsorship I give a shit. No, because think about it, hear me out. If you paid me in free taco coupons, a taco at Taco Bell is like, what, $2.49, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's $2.49 per coupon. That's a better exchange rate than the American dollar. Pay me in Taco Bell coupons. I'll do disgusting things for a Taco Bell sponsorship.
He's not kidding.
Oh my god, I will work for Taco Bell. Please. And bring back the fucking Baja Blast energy drink. We'll work for free Taco Bell. Taco Bell, let me love you. Love me. Let's get married, Taco Bell. Whatever you want. But yes, my favorite soda of all time, the Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. Well, my number 2 is kind of where things get a little hazy, because I'm a cream soda drinker. I like cream soda. Who doesn't like cream soda except for this fucking Jew bastard right here?
You like what? Cream soda, bitch?
Yes, sir.
With what? Ice? What does cream soda taste like? Is it creamy bubbles?
I'm gonna buy some and you're gonna try some. So what's your number 2 spot in sodas?
Specifically, Fanta Zero.
Fanta Zero.
Oh, I love Fanta, and when they made it sugar-free so I'm not going to feel bad about drinking it, Fanta Zero, hell yeah.
I like it.
What's your 3 spot?
3 spots gotta be a throwback from back then. Vault.
Vault's very white trash of you. I like it. Very on brand.
Oh yeah, it was cheap shit, cheap goodness. It was just like a cheap Mountain Dew with a lot of energy in it. I don't know how else to explain it, but they don't got it no more than I know of. If so, let me know in the comments. I'd love to have some more.
Sprite Zero. Refreshing, nice. It's almost medical because Sprite's considered medicine. I don't make the rules. Sprite Zero. What's your 4 spot? Talk to me.
It's got to be Coke Zero. Love me a Coke Zero.
I do like Coke Zero. I'm surprised that one didn't make my list. I stuck with Diet Coke, though, just out of tradition.
Yeah. But Coke Zero to me is just perfect. It literally tastes like Coke with no sugar. So, yep, 4 spot, Coke Zero.
Alright, my 4 spot is a good ice cold DC, baby. The Diet Coke. Some people say it tastes like battery acid. It's my favorite kind of battery acid.
Yeah.
I can't even hide behind it.
I like that, man.
Alright, what's your 5 spot?
Mountain Dew Code Red.
A classic. Voltage would have been another great one.
Oh, I miss Voltage.
I did miss Voltage. Looking back, I miss Voltage as well. To round out the list, we're going finishing strong. We're going with Diet Dr. Pepper. I had a regular sugar Dr. Pepper the other day on accident. Whoo! You forget how strong regular soda is. From going to drinking Diet all the time, and you go back, you get you a real, unneutered, all uncut daddy dig Dr. Pepper. Your day up. I was feeling heavy.
Yeah. Well, guys, that concludes our drafts of our favorite sodas.
That also concludes the drafts of the Just the Drafts episode. Have no fear, we'll be back to you soon with episode 1. We thank you so much for joining us. Like I said at the top of the episode, I'm your host, Reese Randalls. This is my co-host and best friend, Nathan White. We truly hope we see you in episode 1.
I like that, man. That's pretty damn good.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the internet, brother.
Well, guys, that concludes the Just the Drafts episode. Our very first episode of Bridging the Gap podcast. We hope you guys liked it. But we'll be back soon. We'll be back. We'll see you guys next week on Tuesday at 4:20 a.m. But until then, y'all take care. I'm your host, Nathan White. This is my co-host, Reese Randalls, my best friend. See you guys then.
I don't know how I did it. I just did it. It was hard.